High school student Nathan from Pennsylvania enjoys going to parties and struggles with anger and self-identity. He goes to a pool party with his friend Gilly, where he sees his neighbor, Karen, who he likes but is shy around. After the party, Nathan passes out, when his father, Kevin Harper, arrives at the party location and takes him back to home. Nathan seems to be a skilled kickboxer and wrestler, because his father often trains him in the house. However, when the father and son get too involved in the boxing, Nathan's mother, Mara, intervenes and stops them. Since Nathan struggles with anger and self-identity, he meets Dr. Bennett and informs her that he is able to control his anger and rage issues. Next day at school, he tries hard to approach Karen, but fails due to his shyness. Their teacher informs them about upcoming research assignment, and luckily, Karen is paired with Nathan for the project. Karen visits him in his house for research assignment, but both of them are aware of their feelings for each other. While researching on their topic, they come across a website for lost children, and discover that Nathan looks much like an age progression photo of a missing child. Initially, they think of it as just a coincidence, but when Karen leaves, Nathan's investigation confirms that the missing child mentioned on the website is actually him. He goes to Karen's house, and informs her about the reality, by showing her the proof as the exact matching t-shirt. When they access the website, an alert is sent to New York. A trace and Nathan's webcam are activated by the on-duty tech in New York, who also sends a picture of Nathan to Mr. Kozlow. He confronts his mother to inquire about the truth, and she confirms that his suspicions are true. After that, two men claiming to be from Bridgewater Justice Department arrive at their house and assaults Mara. To their amazement, Mara retaliates and easily beats them down. However, she is shot dead by one of the intruders. Kevin also intervenes and kills one of them, but he is also killed, not before shouting for Nathan to run. However, Karen also shows up mistakenly, but Nathan manages to beat the remaining armed assassin. He inquires the reason of the attack, but he warns him that the kitchen is under attack with a bomb. Nathan checks, and there are still 7 seconds left. As the house and operative are destroyed, he and Karen sprint outside and dive into the pool. Karen gets hurt in the process, and Nathan takes her to the hospital. After arriving in the country, Mr. Kozlow is seen getting dressed in a car. Nathan dials 911 while in the hospital to report the death of his parents, but the operator orders him to hold the line. He then connects with CIA agent Frank Burton, who instructs Nathan to remain where he is because Kozlow's thugs appear to have wiretapped the payphone. Dr. Bennett, his shrink, hides Nathan from the hospital cameras, which everyone has access to, using balloons. Dr. Bennett reveals in a car that is speeding away that Burton can't be trusted because she also works for the CIA. She advises him to put his faith in Martin Price or Paul Rasmus, but she doesn't say why. Additionally, she hands him the keys to a safe house in Virginia and asks them to leap out of the vehicle. Dr. Bennett's automobile is damaged when they leap from it. They spend the night in the woods and awaken the next morning, feeling utterly renewed and spotless. A group of bloated agents are briefed by Burton about Martin Price, Nathan's real father, who has stolen material from Kozlow. Burton's supervisor orders him to take control of the situation. To get to the safe home, Nathan and Karen hitchhike. There, he discovers a revolver, a phone with encrypted text, and some pictures of a woman he knows as his real mother. When Karen makes a call, it appears that all of her family members' phone lines are also bugged. After Nathan and Karen take Nathan's father BMW, they search for his mother and discover her grave. The cemetery attendant informs them that the fresh flowers on the tombstone were placed there by Paul Rasmus. Despite not being on the internet, the computer query from the cemetery is intercepted by the bad guys and the CIA, who then use magic to create an image of the BMW that appears to have come from the cemetery's high-resolution cameras. Gilly introduces Nathan and Karen to false IDs. They purchase train tickets, but as they get at the railway station, the bad guys have noticed their BMW and followed them. Karen inquires on the train if they will perish, and Nathan responds in the negative. They embrace and begin to grope, but stop when they realize they're hungry. Without him, Karen goes to fetch lunch, and guess what happens next? The bad guys capture her. The evil man and Nathan, who has gone in search of Karen, engage in combat. Karen escapes her bondage with a shard of broken glass when Nathan defeats a mature, skilled assassin, after remembering Kevin's trainings. He successfully beats the bad guy unconscious, and is thrown outside when Nathan breaks the train glass. They get off the train as it stops, possibly for an inspection. The CIA pursues Nathan and Karen as they meander through the woods. As roughly 100 agents guard them, Burton wins their trust by buying them burgers and winning their confidence. Burton gives the same explanation to Nathan that his real father, Martin Price, has stolen confidential material from Kozlo, and he wants it back by kidnapping Nathan and putting his father in a compromised situation. After Burton's explanation, Kozlo's bad guys start killing the CIA personnel. Nathan discovers that Burton's name is on the text his father stole, which is also on the phone. Bad thugs assault the restaurant, but Nathan and Karen flee the attack. Since Nathan doesn't trust Burton, he tells Karen about the list. Kozlo, who can hear them and monitor them, calls Nathan on the phone in the car, threatens them all, and sets up a meeting place. In the meantime, the CIA raids Kozlo's lair and executes his thugs. Additionally, they discover a taped conversation between Nathan and Kozlo that describes their meeting at Pittsburgh's PNC Park. Martin phones Nathan from the park and tells him not to participate in the meet. Nathan disconnects from him. Nathan receives a picture of Kozlo from Karen. They are seated next to one another, and Nathan's seat appears to have a revolver that Gilly has taped under it. Nathan decides to trust Kozlo when he claims Nathan's parents were terrible. We recall how Kozlo killed Nathan's mother, and even at the age of 2, Nathan was a super spy. After stealing Nathan's gun, Kozlo threatens him and pursues him around the park. Martin calls Nathan after Nathan shows off his parkour skills and instructs him to lure Kozlo into a trap. Before being shot, Kozlo has time to yell after spotting Martin concealed as a sniper some 500 yards away. Burton tries to steal the encrypted data, but when his supervisor arrives and takes the phone, he tells him that he has a lot to answer for. Martin makes one final call to Nathan when the CIA permits him to leave. Nathan insists to meet him because he wants to see his real father, but Martin declines and ends the call after saying a final goodbye. Along with Dr. Bennett, Karen and Nathan are reunited. She assures Nathan that he can live with her, and Nathan and Karen leave while making a promise to visit Dr. Bennett's home, despite the fact that she never provided an address. Evidently, Nathan is also able to figure it out. The stadium is now deserted as Nathan and Karen cuddle and spend some time together.